I'm Local12.com digital sports columnist and editor Richard Skinner. After day one of the NFL's free agency period has come to a close, it's the part of the 48-hour legal negotiation period where teams can enter into deals with free agents, can't sign them until 4 o'clock on Wednesday. It's also a time for teams to perhaps re-sign some of their own players because their contracts don't expire until Wednesday either. And the Bengals did that. They re-signed officially Mike Gesicki on Monday and Cody Ford. Both of those were reported over the weekend, but both became official yesterday. They also agreed to terms with defensive tackle B.J. Hill, a 3-year, $33 million contract. Not surprised that he's back, a little bit surprised on the terms of it and the amount of money of it, but some of that is backloaded, so he probably won't see year 3 of that deal. And they also agreed to terms with defensive end Joseph Ossai, and that's going to become important because really the Bengals at this point don't have an edge rusher other than Trey Hendrickson, and we'll get to him in just a second. Outside, though, they did agree to terms with a couple of players. Rotational nose tackle, he did start all 34 games the last 2 years for the Green Bay Packers, TJ Slaton, and backup linebacker Oren Burks. He fills a void left when Akeem Davis-Gaither agreed to terms with the Arizona Cardinals. So now the Bengals have a lot of other needs. They still need to find a starting guard. They need at least another edge rusher, maybe even 2, depending on what they do with Hendrickson. Again, we'll get to him in just a moment. They need also a linebacker because they're likely to cut Jermaine Pratt in the next couple of days, and possibly even a safety as well to add some depth to that room. Of course, the big stuff still has not happened. No extension for Tee Higgins yet, no extension for Jamar Chase yet, and no trade or extension for Trey Hendrickson. The Hendrickson one is going to get really tricky because right now, if the Bengals do trade him, there's not a lot of great edge rushers on the market. Certainly, you could hope to get one through the draft. You hope Myles Murphy improves. You hope Joseph Ossai plays the way he did down the stretch, but hope's never a plan. And the Trey Hendrickson money just got to the point where I don't think the Bengals can even come close to sniffing an extension with him after the Max Crosby and Myles Garrett contracts. So now Hendrickson has to find a team that's willing to pay him what he's looking for, and the Bengals have to get the compensation from that team in return that they're looking for. If not, does Hendrickson stay with the Bengals for this final year, 2025, and just have to play it out? Do the Bengals look around and say, there's not a lot of edge rushers on the marketplace. We have one under contract. We couldn't make a deal. You're under contract. It's going to get interesting in the next few days, few weeks, few months even, perhaps. I got a feeling it's going to wrap up sooner rather than later, that Hendrickson either is still here or is traded. That's to come in the next few days. We'll have more on the free agency period. Again, day 2 of the 48-hour legal negotiating period will take place on Tuesday, and then free agents can start signing contracts on Wednesday beginning at 4 o'clock. Thanks for watching. I'm Richard Skinner, Local12.com digital sports columnist and editor.